Welcome to this summary of Trading in the Zone, a powerful guide that dives deep into the psychology of successful trading. Written by Mark Douglas, this book isn't about technical indicators or strategies. Instead, it focuses on the mental and emotional challenges that separate consistent winners from everyone else in the markets. Let's begin. Chapter 1, The Road to Consistent Success. Most traders think success in the market comes from knowledge, knowing the right patterns, using the best indicators, or finding secret strategies. But Douglas argues that consistent profitability comes from mindset, not methods. Anyone can have a winning trade. Even flipping a coin can get you lucky sometimes. But consistency, being able to win over time, without blowing up your account, requires a psychological edge, and that's what this book is about. Chapter 2, The Lure and Trap of Certainty. Humans crave certainty. We want to believe that if we learn enough, we'll eventually predict the market with precision. But the market isn't predictable, not in the way we wish it were. Each trade has a random outcome. Not because the market is chaotic, but because there are countless participants acting with their own motives at any given time. So here's a key shift: don't try to predict with certainty. Instead, think in probabilities. When you flip a coin 100 times, you expect roughly 50 heads and 50 tails. A single toss is random, but over time, there's a pattern. That's how you need to think in trading. Each trade is one toss of the coin. Focus on executing your edge over many trades. Chapter 3, The Myth of Analysis. Many traders obsess over analysis. They think that if they analyze enough charts, they'll avoid losing trades. But this leads to fear and hesitation. Because no matter how good your analysis is, you will still have losing trades. Douglas says, stop trying to avoid losses. Accept them as part of the game. You can have a strategy with a 60% win rate and still make a fortune, as long as you manage your risk. The key is to stop seeing losing trades as personal failures. They're not. They're just part of the statistical outcome. Chapter 4, Thinking in Probabilities. Here's the heart of the book. Great traders think in probabilities. They accept that they don't need to know what will happen next to make money. All they need is a method that gives them a statistical edge, and the discipline to apply it repeatedly. This mindset is powerful. It frees you from emotional reactions. No more anger when a good setup loses. No more euphoria when you win big. You become detached, focused, and consistent. Douglas outlines 5 truths of trading. Anything can happen. You don't need to know what's going to happen next to make money. There is a random distribution between wins and losses over any given set of trades. An edge is nothing more than an indication of a higher probability of one thing happening over another. Every moment in the market is unique. These truths are liberating. When you accept them, you no longer need to control the outcome. You just execute your plan with discipline. Chapter 5, The Trader's Mindset. Your beliefs about yourself and the market shape your results. If you fear losing, you'll hesitate. If you feel the need to be right, you'll hold on to losers. If you think one trade defines your worth, you'll ride emotional roller coasters. Douglas emphasizes building a mindset rooted in confidence without arrogance, detached execution, emotional neutrality. You must train yourself to follow your rules no matter what. This means removing your ego from the trade. You're not trying to prove anything. You're just following a process. Chapter 6, The Dynamics of Belief. Douglas explores how our beliefs form our perception. We don't see the market objectively, we see it through the lens of our beliefs. If you believe the market is out to get you, you'll find proof everywhere. If you believe it rewards patience, you'll act accordingly. So ask yourself, what do I believe about trading? About winning? About losing? About risk? By becoming aware of these beliefs, you can challenge and replace the ones that hold you back. Chapter 7, The Trader's Edge. An edge is any strategy or condition that gives you a statistical advantage. It might be a chart pattern, a setup, a combination of indicators, anything that works more often than not. But here's the catch: having an edge is meaningless if you don't use it correctly. Many traders sabotage themselves. They cut winners short, let losers run. Hesitate, or overtrade. All because of fear and emotion. Douglas says, a true professional treats every trade the same. You size it properly. You execute it with discipline. You log the results. And you move on, win or lose. Chapter 8, Working Through Psychological Resistance. You won't become a disciplined trader overnight. Changing your behavior means confronting fear, letting go of control, and trusting a process. That's hard. Douglas compares it to rewiring your brain. You must practice new mental habits. Like, accepting risk, letting go of outcomes, detaching from trades emotionally, believing in probabilities. He recommends journaling, mental rehearsal, and self-reflection to help this process. Chapter 9, Creating a Winning State of Mind. The goal isn't to avoid emotions. It's to prevent emotions from controlling your actions. You create a winning state of mind by building confidence in your rules, your edge, and your ability to execute. This doesn't mean you'll win every trade. It means your behavior becomes consistent, regardless of the result. You become what Douglas calls a probability thinker. And here's what that looks like: you stop chasing trades, you don't get excited or scared, you follow your plan with discipline, you review your trades objectively, you trust that long-term, your edge will pay off. Conclusion, the path to mastery. So what's the takeaway from trading in the zone? It's this: your greatest enemy in trading is your own mind. Success comes not from secret strategies, but from mastering your psychology. From accepting the uncertainty of markets. From letting go of the need to be right. And from trusting your edge. Mark Douglas teaches that when you think in probabilities and act with consistency, you free yourself from fear, hesitation, and self-sabotage. You begin to trade in the zone, not emotionally, but professionally. It's not easy. It takes practice. But once you get there, you'll never trade the same way again. Final thoughts. Let's wrap it up with a few closing thoughts from the book. Losses are not failures, they're part of the business. The market doesn't owe you anything. Focus on what you can control, your actions and your mindset. Build confidence through discipline, not outcomes. And above all, think in probabilities. That's the essence of trading in the zone. Thank you for listening. And remember, the real edge is you.